What's up, people? So recently I had to go to LA to shoot some shit for work and I was flying alone, so I was about as nervous as a dick in an oven. Is that not an expression? Anyway, I get to my seat and I have an aisle seat and I notice that there's no one else in my row. Like, there's no one. So I'm like, this is sick. I'm gonna take a nap, jerk off, whatever. I don't know if you could jerk off on a plane legally, but I had a ton of extra space and I wasn't gonna let an opportunity like that pass. 2 seconds before they're about to close the door, some woman comes barging in. Wait! And of course she's got a fucking baby with her, and them two come, they sit right next to me, she puts the baby right next to me. Immediately I'm like, great. This baby's gonna shit its pants and throw up in my lap before we make it to 10,000 feet. I wanted to lean over to the mom and just be like, hey, listen, I hope that this thing has all its shots because I have SARS. And then I was gonna cough right into the fucking baby's face. But I didn't do that. I was like, fuck it, I'll just watch a movie. So I'm going through the movie lists and I see that they have Gone Girl. And I don't know what this movie's about. I just heard that it was a good movie from other people. So I'm like, why not? Heard it was a good movie? I bought it. So now I'm watching this thing and all of a sudden, Ben Affleck starts banging this girl. There's tits all over my screen. So now I'm watching a sex scene a foot from my face and 3 inches from a 4-year-old. It was so uncomfortable. I would have rather watched it next to the Pope. Or my mom. Or the Pope's mom. The scene was only like 15 seconds, so I got over it. Then at the end of the movie, Neil Patrick Harris shows up. He starts banging the girl. And not like love-making banging, where you're like, let me kiss your neck and feed you grapes. Now he's porno banging her. He's going to town. He doesn't even have his socks off yet. And this whole fucking scene's like a minute and a half. It felt like an hour. As the scene's going on, I'm too afraid to check if this kid's watching, and I'm more afraid to check if the mom can see me watching it. So like I'm trying to look, I'm getting a headache from looking like this. I don't want to look with my face because that's too obvious. I don't want to make eye contact with the mom. It was gonna be really weird. Anyway, at the end of this sex scene, this crazy bitch pulls out a box cutter and cuts open his fucking neck. And now he's just bleeding. He's bleeding. There's blood. Now there's blood, 2 naked bodies, and a pair of bloody tits. And I look over and this baby is locked onto my screen. And I would have fast forwarded, but the movie was so fucking good. So I'm like, fuck this kid, I'm watching it. I don't care if he's traumatized for the rest of his life. When the movie ended, I just shut my eyes and made pretend I was asleep. I didn't want to deal with the aftermath. That was the first part of my flight. Then after a while, we have like an hour until we land and I gotta take a shit. So I go to the bathroom, and I don't know if you've ever been inside an airplane bathroom, but it's like trying to take a shit in a locker. There's no room. The wall's here. The toilet paper, it might as well be already in the bowl. And my elbow is just in the fucking sink. As soon as I get comfortable enough to take my shit, we hit turbulence. So now I'm trying to take a shit in the sky while hitting turbulence. Try taking a shit while doing this. You can't. I was so surprised that I didn't accidentally shit on that floor. It was a miracle. As I'm coming out of the bathroom, there's still turbulence, so the stewardess looks at me and she goes, sir, maybe you should just sit right here and wait till it's over so you can get back to your seat. And I'm like, lady, do you realize what I just fucking did in there? I did the impossible. I just took a shit on a roller coaster. I'll be fine. Anyway, that's what happened to me on my flight. I wanted to share it with you guys. By the way, this isn't like a fucking product placement. I just like Pringles, unless they want to pay me. If Pringles, if you're watching this, give me some money. Anyway, that's all for this week's video. I'll see you guys next week. Bow!